Hey guys, Hayes here. Today I wanted to talk to you about the long-term effects of cheating in Destiny 2. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask you guys for a really big favor. Please drop a like and comment down below if you enjoyed this video. It really helps out with the algorithm and allows me to possibly end up in the recommended section on YouTube, therefore being able to help and reach more Guardians. Also, don't forget that I'll be giving away 2 Model O mouses at 5,000 subscribers, so be sure to smash that subscribe button to enter and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss a video and a chance to win. Now, this is not going to be a rant about a specific player cheating or how we are in dire need of an anti-cheat for PC, because in my opinion this is equivalent of beating a dead horse. We all know it is still happening in some capacity, and SMS verification will not be nearly as effective as an actual anti-cheat. However, the topic that I've yet to see explored is the effects of cheating in the PvP environment for a prolonged period. Just like any disease, if the symptoms are not treated in earlier stages, the effects could become irreversible. That is why, in my opinion, you need to understand the consequences in order to effectively push for a solution. As Destiny 2 players, it is quite obvious we need some type of solution, but now we need to convince Bungie to create that solution and convey this should be a top priority. Which leads me to 3 topics that will be greatly impacted if the state of cheating persists in Destiny 2. The first topic I wanted to go over is the state of achievements in PvP, or how they essentially are being slowly devalued in the eyes of the player. A prime example of this is the title of Flawless. With the release of Trials, a pinnacle PvP endgame activity also came an abundance of cheaters. This could have been because of the game going free to play, or because of the loot associated with the activity. Specifically on PC, there was a point where you couldn't go one card without encountering them. Whether it be blatant self-revives or just a simple aimbot, there was always a high probability you would face one before getting to the lighthouse. This is in direct contrast to the pinnacle weapon pursuits prior to Destiny 2 going free to play. When you saw someone with the Redrick's Claymore, Luna's Howl, or Not Forgotten, you knew they were a force to be reckoned with due to the difficulty of achieving them. Because back then, when you lost in the competitive playlist, your score went down drastically, especially if you hit 5,000 points. One loss could essentially set you back an entire day. There was a certain level of respect you had for these players, because of how tough the grind was when these weapons first released. Now, I'm not going to be naive and say cheating did not occur during that time. However, I can assure you it was not as prevalent and popular as it is now. Which leads me to the point of devalued titles and achievements. Nowadays, if I go into a 6v6 playlist and I happen to see a player with a flawless title, I don't think right away, man, this guy must be pretty good. Instead, I've been conditioned to think whether or not they cheated to get it. Unfortunately, in my experience, 6 times out of 10, people that do have these titles in the match end up being at the bottom of the leaderboards. And after taking a deeper look at some of their stats, this happens to be a consistent trend for a lot of the title bearers on PC. Guys with a 0.4 KD in Crucible, but happen to have a 98% sniper accuracy with hundreds of kills in Trials. Not saying it is impossible, but I can assure you that there is also a 98% chance that they are using illicit software to achieve those numbers. Cheating in Destiny 2 has effectively turned a prestigious title into one that can be easily chalked up to, he probably cheated to get it, rather than acknowledging that the player is skilled at the game. This is very unfortunate, because I have clan members and friends that have grinded several hours to get these titles, just to have it devalued by a lifelong loser with a $20 subscription. In my opinion, this conditioned assumption will strongly affect the longevity of PvP. I'm not going to speak for the entirety of the community, but for most, why even pursue something that could be easily obtained by a cheater? I know some people do it for their own sense of accomplishment, but others want to achieve this to show their efforts and skill in a particular area of the game. This is also the same reason adept weapons were very popular in D1, not only because of their great stats, but it meant that the player had to go flawless in order to obtain it. Having this sense of progression and achievement is the key to having a thriving PvP experience in Destiny 2, or in any game in general. Which leads me to the next topic, the constant suspicion of opposing players. In the state PvP is at now, it is easier to accuse players of cheating rather than acknowledging you were just outplayed. An example of this is the friend request accompanied with messages I receive daily after matches, rather than a, hey man, we played a great game, let's link up and play together sometime. It's usually along the lines of, you're a hacking piece of shit, or I'm reporting you, have fun getting banned. As rude as these messages are, I can't help but sympathize with these players. Imagine playing 6 matches and 5 out of the 6 teams had players using aimbot. Then on the 6th match, you are beaten by someone that is actually good at the game. The easy conclusion would be to assume that the opposing player on the 6th match is cheating as well. The point I'm trying to make is that the line between skilled and hacking start to blur for many of us when cheating is popularized. This mindset can be detrimental in PvP. I mean, why put in the effort and invest time towards getting better at the game when all your efforts will be downplayed by a cheater? And if the person isn't cheating, how exactly can a player be confident of that? Unfortunately, the majority of cheaters in Destiny 2 are the ones that are doing it subtly, toggling the cheats on and off only when they are backed into a corner or to make quote-unquote clutch plays. This paranoia is enough for most players to put their investment of improving into another game, or even decide to take a more extreme route that compounds and facilitates the cheating in Destiny 2, which is the if you can't beat him, join him mentality. This is an outcome that occurs when you tie a rare reward to an activity that is easily accessed and farmed by cheaters. This is a mindset I don't agree with. Personally, if I have an obstacle, I will learn a counter, adjust, and try my best to overcome it. However, I understand the helplessness a player feels when they are being gatekept by people that are obviously hacking to the point that they can't even tell who's cheating and who's not. As someone that has poured several hours into PvP, I completely understand this frustration that leads players to just simply decide to fight fire with fire. In my opinion, this is the point of no return for that player, being that they are well aware that their choices can get them banned, but they will do it anyways as a last middle finger to the cheaters and to the company that essentially allowed this cheating to occur, by not introducing an effective anti-cheat. Theoretically, Bungie has now created one more cheater to deal with and one less player willing to genuinely invest time into getting better at their game. I want you guys to know that this video comes from a place of love, and I don't want to see any aspect of this game slowly die because of cheating. I understand hacking is a problem directly associated with PC, but once crossplay becomes available, this problem could be detrimental to the player population across all platforms. Listen, I'm fine playing against Stasis, I'm fine playing against god tier teams that carry, and I'm fine playing against any type of cheesy exotic. These are variables that you can adjust your playstyle to and conquer. However, what I'm not fine with are cheaters that have VAC bans, farming flawless cards, and taking mercies on PC. It's getting ridiculous. Bungie, if by some miracle someone at that studio is watching this, we are in dire need of that refocus you guys were talking about in PvP. You have created a beautiful game with great mechanics, great gunplay, and a fantastic community. Please invest back into your amazing game and show us and the new lights why we fell in love with it in the first place. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed or agree with the video, please leave a like and share it so that maybe someone at Bungie might take the time to watch this. Hope you guys stay safe and have a wonderful holiday. Peace.